So about 8 months ago now, I got an email from PCBware, which is a Chinese manufacturing company that mainly prints circuit boards and that sort of thing. The email was asking me to collaborate on a video with them, and I mean, I'm a relatively small creator, so I just emailed their marketing team about a potential scammer, and I forgot about it. Until I got an email back. Hi, Stipes. Person X and Person Y are from our marketing team. You could check with them for more details regarding cooperation. Hope we can start cooperation soon. Any other questions, feel free to reach out. Have a nice day. Holy shit! Now, I know what you're thinking. I make 5-minute Blender tutorials once a month. What could that possibly have to do with circuit boards? So I looked them up, and the first thing I saw was that they provide CNC machining services, which, I mean, I don't even know what CNC stands for. But I looked around their website a bit more, and I saw they provide 3D printing services. I've been waiting for this my entire life. So I opened up Photoshop, put up some references to base my sketch on, and then I remembered the reason I became a 3D artist to begin with. I can't draw. So instead of preparing literally anything, I looked up a face sculpt reference, put the image in Blender, and started praying to every known religion. I'm starting out by remaking the shape of the head in the reference. I'm assuming the head is where I'm supposed to start. That kind of makes sense in my head, so it's probably wrong. The more I do this, the more I realize that I'm trying to model a head while only seeing a face. I found this other reference of a bald person, so hopefully it makes it better in literally any way at all. I don't want to mess with the head because I'm happy with it, so I'm modeling the chin separately, which looks really wrong to me at the moment. Everything I've made so far looks like a physical deformity, which is worrying me because I'm not trying to do that. It's probably worse on the side. Oh, okay. Okay, so potential strategy, I model each feature individually and then blend them all together at the end. I think that'll let me like kind of focus on each one. Oh my god! So that was genuinely such a hard side that it inspired me to watch a tutorial. Well, actually, let me reword that. It inspired me to watch about 10 seconds of a tutorial, get pissed because the guy was obviously more skilled than me, launch Valorant, lose 3 games in a row, then come back to modeling. At some point, I got something that looked a bit like the moon emoji, but that was close enough to human for me. Alright, look, this isn't the Mona Lisa, but I'm getting somewhere. Like, this is groundbreaking progress. I've been working on just the nose alone for the last half an hour, and honestly, it could be a lot worse. It's still deformed, but it looks like breathe-throughable. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm genuinely trying to do the lips, but the more I add, the worse it gets. Now, the eyes are going to be a bit of a problem, because I'm going for an Asian look, so I'm gonna have to model the eyes in a way that you know looks Asian, but one wrong move and I'm a racist. So like, is this too small? Is it just right? Oh, I'm finished, bro. While trying not to be a brand risk, I realized there was a bigger problem in my model that I couldn't fix with just the eyes. Oh, I've made a 75-year-old Asian auntie, bro. Oh my god. The aunties I've seen in my area usually start wearing wigs by this age, so maybe some hair would fix it. Oh, okay. So this video is gonna get my address leaked. Bro, the front view looks like she's putting a curse on my lineage. Obviously, the uncanniness eventually made her just too far gone, and I had to start from scratch. I forgot everything. I don't know how I got here, but I've modeled a prenatal fetus. I'm trying to match it to someone else's model so it doesn't look as racist, but it's really not helping, I don't think. I'm a straight white male. I've never touched makeup in my life, but it really can't be that hard. We'll give her lips some color, you know, bring some part of her face out. I don't know. People say that. I don't know what it means. Some eyeliner with like the little wing at the end because it's the only variation of eyeliner that I know of. Okay, hear me out. I said hear me out! After God knows how long, I finally finished the face, so the next step was the body. This is gonna suck. Look, this is only gonna be awkward if you make it awkward, alright? It's human anatomy. This is a topic in medicine, I think. I get that it seems like I should be able to model the clothes without the body, but that would be a lot more difficult, and like, I'm not a character artist, man. It's already difficult enough as it is. I've done the basic shapes for pretty much everything, and in the meantime, I've come to terms with my entire channel being taken down as a result of this video. For clothing, the first thing I made was a singlet because I wanted to have her as a Lara Croft type character carrying a gun or something, and then I tried to switch to an open button-up shirt to have her be like a businesswoman stealing a briefcase or something, but that ended up looking closer to an Adidas jacket. So I fed some ideas I had through Gemini and ChatGPT, and I ended up with an actual holy grail of a piece. Look, I get it. I'm a white male modeling an Asian woman in traditional Asian clothing. I get it. I know it looks bad. I thought these sleeves would be a lot easier to model. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how to do this. I've given her wings. I think the lack of proportions is kind of messing me up, so I'm gonna model her entire body first and then do the clothes later. I'm realizing that I don't actually know how to do hands, which is embarrassing seeing as I have 2 of them. I thought me being a man having to model her body and figure was a bad look, but honestly, given the internet, I'm realizing that modeling her feet might top that. I'm just gonna skip over this part because it'll probably get the video taken down, but in the meantime, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video. That feels really weird to say. PCBware is a China-based company that offers affordable services for your creative needs. Maybe CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, PCBs, injection molding, or for those of you who are Blender users, there's 3D printing. If this was a regular video, I would just skip over the ordering process, but it's honestly so easy that I'm gonna explain it to you faster than I can model a chair in Blender. So drag your file here and then select the number of copies you want and your unit of measurement. You can change your material if you want, but you don't need to because the standard material material is already pre-selected. In this section, you can choose if you want your print spray painted, electrocoated, or even sanded down for a smoother finish. This down here is all just technical stuff that anyone who watches my videos won't really need, but down here you just choose what type of product you're printing, and that's literally it. After that, your design gets sent over to the engineering team, and once it's approved, you put in your details and pay. Speaking of which, if you order using my link, you'll get $5 of free credit off your first order. So, I mean, it's a free $5. You're missing out on free money. So if you've been wanting to get an affordable, high-quality 3D print done, now is the time. Go to PCBWay using my link in the description and get a free $5 off your first order. And I'm not even done with the chair. I don't know what that was supposed to prove, but there you go. I put the model through Adobe's Auto Rigger, and even though it was quick and useful and convenient, it was absolutely none of those things because why can her neck do that? I had to spend an ungodly amount of hours redoing literally all of the weight paint, so that's another day of my life I'll never be getting back. Because the model was so high poly, it ended up being really laggy when I was posing it. Like, the lag isn't the video buffering, it's literally just how laggy it was for me. After God knows how long, I eventually got some sort of general pose that I was happy with, so now it's time to model the clothes. I've never made clothes before. What shape do I even start with, bro? I've just made her pregnant. How am I supposed to do this? Is this fat phobic? It feels fat phobic. How do I make a dress? This looks like a mushroom. This has to be against YouTube guidelines. I'm not looking, I swear. Wait, okay, I know this looks bad, but look, I know where I'm going with it. It's fine. It was not fine. This is my 8th attempt at making a sleeve. I got really bored of the clothes really quick, so I paused that to get the Tory out of the way, and then after that with the demon hands, which I was really excited to work on for whatever reason. I don't know. These are gonna be the scale of her entire body, so I need to make them like detailed. I'm talking like tendons, wrinkles, veins, all that sort of stuff, which of course I've also never modeled. Getting the general shape is what worked on the main model, so I'm just doing that again this time. I want to make the hands look kind of malnourished, like I'm going for the hand of an 84-year-old grandma trying to grab the bag of eucalyptus out of her bag. I have a strong temptation to add little like bumps on the joints. I think that'll look good. Yeah, I was right. That looks disgusting. I'm in a good way. I'm gonna have to rig this myself as well because there's no such thing as a hand rigger, so that's great. I love doing more work. Half an hour of weight painting later, and I had a fully rigged hand that I could have just gotten on Sketchfab in a fraction of that time, but you know, yeah, I don't know why I didn't just get a pre-made one. I posed them all around her, and that was pretty much the basis of the scene done. All that was left to do from here was just pull everything together into an environment. I used the mountains from the ANC landscapes add-on as basis for the hands. I wanted to have them kind of look like they were forming from the ground. This back one was just annoying. I had to stretch it out to make it work. It just didn't like, it looked, I don't even know. I don't want to talk about it. I decided to add some fabric kind of flying from her waist belt cloth thing to make her look more dynamic, but yeah, there was really nothing else after this. This is how the final model came out, so I uploaded it to the site and had the engineers look at the file and make sure it was all good. There were a few issues with it because obviously it was my first time modeling a character, but they fixed everything and that was it. I clicked order and then waited, and wow, look at that, it's here. Holding the model in my hands was insanely surreal. Like, to think this is something I made on my computer and now to be able to hold it physically was a crazy realization, but I also realized I had to paint it, which I heavily debated because I didn't want to mess it up, but I kind of had to because the painted look would be better for the thumbnail. With that in mind, I went to the car to get some supplies, went into the store without recording because I'm unfortunately quite introverted and being seen recording in public would probably send me into a manic episode, and after about 10 minutes of looking around the store trying to find the paints I was after because I'd rather suffer than have to interact with the retail staff, I managed to walk out with half the dignity I went in with. I asked ChatGPT how to properly paint it, and it said to wash it and apply a coat of primer first, so I washed it and then I tried to apply primer.
Oh, that smells so... Oh.
So upside, I'm pretty sure it's all covered in primer. Downside, my entire balcony smells like aerosol. So that was left to dry for the rest of the day, and then after that it was time to paint, which... I mean, I'll just let my past self do the talking. I honestly, I don't even know where to start with this. Like, I don't know what... God. I managed to prepare everything without any issue, but then literally all it took was my first paint stroke to mess up because I didn't know that when you get miniature paints, they come with a layer of liquid that you're supposed to pour out of the container. This was my genuine attempt at trying to paint with just the oil for a solid 15 minutes. I hadn't even touched the actual paint yet. I did eventually figure it out and I started making actual progress. The whole process took me, I'd say, about 5 hours total spread across a week, and then when I was finished, I just applied a coat of clear sealant and now it sits on my desk where I can admire it every day. But no work of art is ever truly complete without social validation, so let's call up my man and see what he thinks.
Fucking hello.
Was good? How's your day?
Oh yeah, it was
yeah,
pretty
I
good.
don't care. I 3D printed this and hand painted it. What do you think?
What is that, like a Japanese ninja or some shit?
Yeah, she's fighting off these like demon hands that are coming out of the ground.
Wow, so you're a white dude and you think you can just model a Japanese woman?
Bro, what?
Dog, you should be ashamed.
I made her fighting off 3 demons at once. Is that not like empowering
Dude,
or something?
it looks like shit.
What the fuck?
Like,
why?
you've actually done a disservice to women and to Japan as a whole.
Dude, this made for a cool scene.
Yeah, bro, it'll be a cool scene. You're getting a real fucking job.